Donda, 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 Donda.
Certified Lover Boy by Kanye West released 1 year ago today after a bunch of delays.
I didn't finish it.
Teases, changes in both the name of the album and the cover itself. It finally dropped. And this album was a genuine masterpiece. Definitely a top 3 for the Conster. I still have this album on rotation still till this day. But one thing I hadn't done since the release of the album was listen to all the songs in chronological order again. So I did exactly that. I made a 12-minute video about it and scrapped it. So I decided for this video that I'm only going to be talking about the listening parties themselves.
I gonna lie, this is like James Charles from this angle.
Before we get into that, if you end up enjoying this video, please consider subscribing. Help a little man like me out. Anyways, enjoy the video. The Donda Listening Parties were honestly the main thing keeping me hyped for this album. I've always been a Kanye West fan, but not to the extent that I am today. I wasn't one of those fans in 2018 literally losing sleep because Yandi didn't come out, but these listening parties broke me out of that shell and honestly turned me into a dedicated fan of his.
Wait. That's like the best part.
Strangely enough, this is like the only guy that can play barely mixed songs in a stadium and have niggas hype. Like, look at this! Niggas was getting started to a couple piano keys with a poorly mixed Pop Smoke verse plopped on it. Well, if you've been living under a rock, Donda was played 3 different times at 3 different listening parties. And you bet I watched all 3 live streams. Starting with my experience with Listening Party 1, I remember just sitting there and listening and thinking in my head of which feature was gonna pop up next. The features weren't public and still aren't public till this day. And since this was everyone's first time hearing the songs, it was basically like a guessing game.
You're kidding, right?
But it was so fun.
Is that Baby Keem or Trippy? Wait, that's X!
I remember hearing the song Junior Watanabe for the first time. And hearing that Cardi verse for the first time actually had me hyped as shit. All Cardi had to say was 4-5 summers to immediately win me over. Also, when I heard Praise God for the first time, and I just love how Kanye just started intertwining voice recordings of Donda onto these songs where she literally just became a part of the song.
It cannot always be nice.
This is where the listening parties start getting really good.
I killed 4!
I honestly like the minimalism of the first listening party, but now after going through all the listening parties again,
Never talk to anyone.
I realized that the second listening party is definitely my favorite. Like, remember how I talked about how hype I was to hear Junior? Well, this time Kanye had backup dancers for the second listening party, and they just seemed as hype as I was. And then remember how I said all Cardi had to talk about was how they took over the summer? Yeah, there's now an extended verse.
It's fun for me just to grab a boob.
You thought that was it for the Cardi talk? Nah, because one of the best songs of the album was about to be revealed for the first time.
Went to Six Flags.
The Cardi ad-libs with the reverb send me into another dimension, I'm not finna lie. Okay, last thing about Off the Grid, Fabio Foreign's verse. I seriously recommend that you guys go and listen to this song because his verse genuinely turned me into a fan of him. And just drill in general. Like, I love when artists switch up their style to match the style of the feature artist. Like, listen to the transition from the regular beat into drill. It's fucking amazing. And of course, I gotta give the song Jail some appreciation. Like, listening to these hard-ass basses playing in the stadium must have actually felt surreal. And then, the Jay-Z verse. And finally, Kanye floating into the fucking sky. What the fuck?
That's so gay!
And finally, the third listening party, which was jam-packed with a lot of what the fuck moments. First of all, remember how I showed you guys how hype everyone was to hear Jay-Z on Jail?
Come over here and let me see that baby suck my weight.
Now imagine everyone's faces when they heard his verse got replaced with the baby.
Wait, what? I said one thing, man, like...
Guess who also made a surprise appearance during Jail? Yeah, that's right, Marilyn fucking Manson.
Hey, nigga, what?
For the next clip, all I gotta say is,
You wanna listen to some music? Yeah.
They done left the GDs in the dough. Yeah,
You niggas trolling.
then this beautiful ass song ripped straight out of a Disney movie comes on. It's fucking great.
Here go all your problems again.
Okay, little side tangent. This song is genuinely my favorite from the entire album. This was the song that was helping me the most throughout my breakup, and I've probably cried to this song more times than any other song. I mean, the song's lyrics perfectly reflect the divorce issues he was going through at the time, which just so happened to align with mine. Also, personally, I enjoyed the deluxe version more than the original. Why? Because Tyler, the Creator, is on it. If you don't listen to it carefully, you might miss it, but he's basically the backing vocals when Kanye says,
And maybe they'll come to life.
like, imagine being at the lowest point in your life and you have your 2 2 biggest inspirations asking you if your dreams ever came true and saying that they're praying for that change in your life. Like, it's fucking fantastic. Then Kanye lights himself on fucking fire.
What the fuck?
My nigga!
I hope I was able to give you guys the excitement I felt when I first watched these streams. Of course, there's other things to talk about, but for the sake of time, I've linked all 3 listening parties down below, and if any of you, hopefully, become interested in the whole backstory behind the Donda album, then feel free to watch. I can't fucking speak.
Donda, Donda, Donda.
Bitch, I'm back on my...
I'm gonna buy the entire earth and be king.
What would you do if you were the leader of the free world?
I'm gonna take the smartest people on the planet and make them work on mechanical bees.